Anger isn't a negative emotion. We think of anger as like there's love, joy, and peace. Good. Anger, bad. Anger is only bad when we use it improperly. And the only improper way to use anger is against another human being. Anger actually can fuel us for change. Anger is so powerful to show us this isn't right. Something is not working. Something is hurting and painful so much that I'm actually having to shut down as a human and fight. We fight for things that we believe in, right? There's injustices in this world that made us angry, and then change was initiated. I'm not here to tell you not to let anger be part of your human experience. What I'm telling you is allow anger to be a key and a light bulb that lets you know something really important is happening inside of me. And I'm going to talk about that with God so we can get solution oriented and not fight. Because we're meant to fight for things, but we're not meant to fight people. So let's get into more about what a healthy way of holding anger could look like. Hi, I'm Jillene Cook, and this is day 16 of the guide, and we are looking at anger. We've talked a lot about anger, processing anger and hurt and pain in other videos that have come up as kind of a byproduct of other topics, but today we are honing in specifically on anger and what the Bible says about it. So grab your tea, your coffee, your book, and let's get started. So I'm going to read a different verse that's a bit more prescriptive than what's in the book. The book I included a psalm that is somebody lamenting and experiencing their hurt, pain, and anger. But what I'm going to read to you is Psalm 4, verse 4. It says, "Be angry and do not sin. Ponder in your own hearts on your bed and be silent. Selah." Be angry and do not sin. Ponder in your own hearts on your beds and be silent. Selah. Right after this it says, "Offer right sacrifices and put your trust in the Lord." This comes back to that first question. What is it like to bring your anger to God? When I was on my 3-week silent and solitude retreat, one of my biggest takeaways was realizing how much I didn't need another person to be there to work out my own anger and unforgiveness and brokenness that had happened between us. My spiritual director and therapist there said, when someone hurts you and you're angry with them, that pain, hurt, and anger is now deposited in you. You are the one with stuff to work out. It's no longer in them. It's no longer in between you guys. That part has happened. You have work to do to work out what's going on in here. And one of the things that he would have me do is he would give me a pool noodle or a hammer, like a, what's it called? Like a big axe without the metal part on it, to like start just hitting things as hard as I could. And he's like, I want you to start taking your anger out in a safe way. No one else is around me, like pool noodles on a couch, or taking this like huge chunk of wood and hitting fallen pieces of wood on the ground. And he's like, I want you to whack this stuff as hard as you can until you get connected to the pain. And I was like, how will I know when I'm connected to the pain? He's just like, you'll know. So that's what I did. I would think about these moments, these memories that I had so much built up anger and unforgiveness, and I would hold these and then just start wailing at, the couch with this pool noodle until eventually I would begin sobbing and crying. I would get past that layer of anger and I'd get to pain. This leads me to the first point that I want to talk to you about. Point number 3 says, anger is a secondary emotion. It typically is protecting us from the hurt and pain underneath it. The key to releasing the anger is getting to the pain and healing that. When we've hit our capacity, when our vulnerability and pain has gotten too much, we feel too vulnerable, a wall comes up to protect us and say, nope. And that wall is anger. We use anger as a way to shield ourselves from experiencing pain. And then we forget, or maybe we didn't even notice in the first place, what was actually hurtful and painful. Sometimes that action happens so quickly, someone says something and boom, the anger comes out. We don't even have that first moment of, oh, that really hurt my feelings. Part of this prescription the Bible gives us, be angry and do not sin, is, okay, it's okay to be angry, and we got to now take this, bring this to God, not to this other person, and work it out. Get to that point of pain. Get to the point of where someone has hurt you and bring that to the Lord. Let the Lord speak healing. Let the Lord give you perspective. Let the Lord give you his full attention and ears that you can share anything and everything with him. You can share all your anger. You can share then where it's hurt. You can share there when you feel defeated and bring it all to him first. And then let that get transformed into something else that you can then bring to another person in kindness, gentleness, and with a generous spirit. This is really important that we bring this to God because we need to be reminded that we are not our protector. God is our protector. We are not our defender and justice maker. God is our defender, and God is the God of justice. Anger sneaks in these lies to us that gives us a false sense of power and a false sense of needing to defend and attack because we're actually feeling hurt and in pain. And we need our souls and minds to be reminded of who is actually meant to be defending us so that we don't accidentally take the place of God in our lives. This leads me to question number 4. If you are currently angry, consider what was said or done that hurt my feelings. What made me feel afraid or threatened? Where was I hoping something would happen, but I got poorly surprised? What did I need that was totally overlooked? How can I give that to myself right now? How is God giving that to me? One of the keys to unlocking our anger and getting to the pain is asking, where did my feelings actually get hurt? Where did I feel really unloved? And it's getting to the vulnerable and soft sides of us. It's getting below the power, the frustration, and the anger into the heart of what's happening. And like I shared in the beginning, sometimes the physicality of anger and the sensations that are going on in our body are too loud to get past. Some of my professors in seminary would suggest, literally doing push-ups as long and hard as you can till you exhaust your body out of that sensation of anger, or doing squats to get the blood moving because there is a chemical reaction that's happening in our bodies that cloud us from seeing clearly. That's why people say, I was so angry I saw red, right? There's something that comes over us where we're not seeing properly. We're just seeing anger. So there's a real place that when that happens, we need to remove ourselves, flood our body free of that anger, that chemical experience that has hijacked our brain, to come back down into our right minds. That anger is not a place to bring to a person unless that person is Jesus. We are meant to bring that anger, that flooded, that overwhelm that no human is actually able to handle. We aren't even able to handle it. but God is. And I want you to know that your anger doesn't scare him. Your anger and large emotions do not disqualify you from his presence, and it is nothing that he hasn't seen before. So I want to encourage you to bring that to God instead of a person. Be angry, but do not sin. Sit on your bed quietly with the Lord and put your trust in him. From here, I'd love us to go into our 30 seconds of silence and stillness and see what's come up for you in this video and what you might need to talk to God about. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for day 17, surprises. Bye.